Welcome to the first video on lesson 7, our input lesson. Let's first of all take a look at our class skeleton, our basic program skeleton, or bare bones class. See, there's the way it was back in lesson 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then around lesson 5 or 6, we added this import up here, import static java.lang.system .star semicolon. We type that in, it compiles. Let's see what I forget here. Probably say void main, right? Mr. Raisky's being a little too fast this afternoon. Okay, we'll try it again. And there it is. So that allows us to do output so far without putting the word system in front. Remember back in the first few chapters we always put system out println something, and now we can just do out.println. We'll see also in lesson 7, the input lesson, that it precludes us from writing system someplace else required for input, so it'll save us some typing there as well. There's one more import we need for lesson 7. We need to have import java.util.asterisk semicolon. Java.util.star or asterisk and semicolon. That lets us use what's called the scanner class. The scanner class is a class that makes input easier for us. There's old-fashioned ways to do it with like buffers and stuff. That's very, very confusing, I think. This is a lot better. We type in scanner, and scanner is the name of a class, like a string. Like when you type in, make a string variable, you go string s. And so we make scanner, usually something like KB. KB stands for keyboard. The book will use KB reader. But again, these are identifiers or variable names. So leave me whatever you choose. I just like to use KB. The book will use KB reader, but you can use KB or K or anything you want, but KB makes sense. It's input from the keyboard. The input could be in other situations from a data file, it could be from a mouse click, it could be from several different things. And we go new scanner, and in the parentheses the book will do system.in, but the author is not importing this crazy import static java lang.system up here. We are, so again, we never have to write system dot anyplace. So we can make it a little bit simpler than the book has it. So I wish you'd type that in now. Keep up with me. You can pause me, of course, if you need to. Compile it, and we have no errors. Okay, so input. We're going to ask the user for something. We're going to prompt the user for something. We'll start with numbers. We'll start with just integers. Let's say enter a 2-digit number. So the user is going to be at the screen, watching the screen at the keyboard, and it'll get this prompt. It'll say, hey user, enter a 2-digit number. Okay, of course it'll just say enter a 2-digit number, but it's getting your attention because it wants something. Okay, whatever they enter we will store into an input variable of integer. So I'll just call it num the first time, int num, and you say equal whatever you called your scanner object. I called mine KB. Okay, equals KB dot. Now here's the method in the scanner class for inputting an integer. It won't store a double, it'll store an int. And let's go ahead and just echo it back to the screen for now. System.out.println. How about you entered num. Alright, let's just compile this, make sure we're keeping up. I'm good. Hope you are. Again, don't be afraid to pause me. This is quite a bit of new syntax here. Okay, let's go back to the tester, make sure this is working. 2-digit number, 75 I'll put. It says you entered 75. So we are getting the input from the user. Now notice, the prompt is up on this line, enter a 2-digit number, and it lets me enter it on the next line. If I want to put it up there by those 2 semicolons I put there, it might look nicer. To do that, just make it not print line, but print. Okay, and that's it for integer input. Now we could do something else a little more interesting with the number. We could say, how about the first few multiples of the number? System.out.println. Let's display, how about the first 4 multiples of num. Let's see. First 4 multiples of num are, and then we'll put them on the screen. So I'm using system out, so I don't even need to. Let me make this a little shorter for us because I had the import above. Let's go out.println. So it'd be num is the first one, and then maybe we'll put a comma between them, and then there's num times 2 be the second multiple, the third multiple, num times 3, and the fourth multiple, num times 4. Okay, you can make this nice and neat and put these all in the same line as the words first 4 multiples of num are by making that a print there. Let's see if I've messed up any of my concatenation. Compile it. Okay, I'm good. And now run it. Okay. And enter 2-digit number. We'll put in about 20. You entered 20. First 4 multiples of 20 are 20, 40, 60, 80. So that seems to be working. So the new import line, the scanner creation line, scanner KB equals something, and then the next int command.